Hey, my name's Chris. Welcome back to Violence Underground. Today we're going to be going over my favorite albums of the year, what I thought were the best 10 releases. These might not synchronize up with what you thought was great this year, but hey, everyone's got their own flavor, their own taste. Leave what you thought was good down in the comments below. You know, there's a million good albums that came out this year, so it's hard to just kind of condense all that great music into a 10 album or 10 release list. But anyways, here we go. Let's get started with the first release, Cryptopsy. The first release I want to talk about is Cryptopsy's Book of Suffering Tomb 2. That's the EP they released this year. This EP kills and the riffs are crazy. Not only that, but the drummer is Cyber Demon, by the way. There's like Boss of Doom level madness going on with the drummings. With the drumming, huh? And the vocalist is just tearing through all this insanity with his gutturals. And the bass player, I mean, the dude plays for Cattle Decap. Do I really need to say more than that? This is a hard-hitting little pick-me-up if you need a quick 4 songs to fist your ass into oblivion. But that's the first release. A little bit of ass-fisting, a little bit of brutality. What could go wrong? Alright, next album I want to get to on this list is Cataclysm. Canadian Hyperblast legends Cataclysm are back with their 13th full-length album, Meditations, on Nuclear Blast Records.
I feel all of your hatred. I see all of your weakness. Lost in the vision. I push all of you bastards out. I'll take all of your traitors out. The last breath I'll take. The last breath I'll take is yours.
Cataclysm are one of those bands that have definitely released exceptional albums in the past, and they've definitely released like not so exceptional albums in the past. So sometimes I'm pretty hesitant to buy their albums. I'm more of a fan of XDO, Cataclysm's side project. Now with that being said, the new Cataclysm album was really good. The overbearing heaviness, the groovy progressions, and the melodic passages, just all the core ingredients that make Cataclysm who they are exist within this album and shine through with a really crisp production. If you like that early 2000s era Cataclysm like In Shadows and Dust, I think you'll really dig a lot of stuff on this new album. Next up is Psychroptic. Seventh album, As the Kingdom Drowns. Intense. Psychroptic is a hurricane of sharp guitar playing and extreme technical precision. The riffs are technical insanity. The vocals are more intense hardcore vocals than they are brutal guttural death metal vocals. And I dig it. I think it really works for this style of music. The music's catchy. It doesn't all just blur together. The songs stand out. And if you like music that makes you feel like you're having 10 heart attacks while getting chased by a rabid gorilla, hey, this music's probably for you. Alright, next album, Power Glove. These guys do instrumental, extreme metal versions of 90s cartoons, video game themes, ranging from X-Men and Pokemon to Mortal Kombat and Ninja Gaiden. Alright, the thing I love about Power Glove is they know how to put really intense riffs into stuff you would never think to be heavy. Like Under the Sea, The Little Mermaid, they make that shit heavy. The Simpsons theme song, super heavy. But that's what I love about Power Glove. They're not just covering these songs and making heavy versions of them, but they're covering these songs and making them extremely heavy, only Power Glove versions. Like, you don't hear this stuff anywhere else. Not only that, but Power Glove, for a power metal band, is extremely heavy. I don't know too many power metal bands that can pull off, like, heavy riffs like these guys can. I just don't hear it. So I think that unique aspect of bringing the brutality to power metal is unique to Power Glove, and what they have, they inject it into all the songs and make them their own. It's absolutely phenomenal. If you like extreme metal versions of all your favorite shit, I mean, you'll like Power Glove. So give their new album a shot. Continue. Alright, next album I got on this list is Jungle Rot, back with their 10th studio album called Jungle Rot. Jungle Rot brings the old school headbanging death metal straight to your tits with this newest release. They carpet bomb the listener with catchy, groove-heavy riffs at breakneck speeds and tear your skull open with 50 cal machine drumming. They're a tank of a band and death metal veterans. If you like any of Jungle Rot's previous releases, you're gonna dig the new album. So go ahead and pick up the new Jungle Rot album, titled Jungle Rot. Alright, next band I want to talk about is Zeal and Ardor. Having a unique blend of black metal and spiritual bluesy music with racial and satanic undertones, Zeal and Ardor released their second full-length album, Stranger Fruit. Alright, I talked about this album in one of my earlier videos, so I'll kind of keep this brief. But Zeal and Ardor offer a style of music that you really don't get anywhere else. It's a very unique musical project, and they've crafted their own sound, and now people have a desire for this flavor that only Zeal and Ardor have. So, if you're more open-minded to this very black metal, atmospheric style of music that really kind of reflects America's violent and bloody past and Satan, I think you'll really dig this album. So, give it a shot. Zeal and Ardor, Stranger Fruit. Next album I want to talk about is the new Chemist release, Desolation. This is Chemist. They're back with their third full-length album, Desolation, and holy shit, this is definitely the best Doom album of the year, for sure. These guys keep it dense with solid songwriting, absolutely incredible vocals, and a presence that really makes them stand out from the rest of the Doom genre. The songwriting on Desolation is impressive to say the least. I mean, the way the songs flow, the dual guitar melodies, the fills, just everything is just executed with absolute perfection. It's easily some of the best Doom that's out there right now. Check it out. Chemist, Desolation, third album. You can even check out their prior album, Hunted, which is just as good. I mean, that album, it's amazing. Alright, now we're getting into the top 3 of the list, and number 3 is Rivers of Nile, Where Owls Know My Name. This album has a lot of depth, but I'm going to try and sum it up. This album is violently smooth, psychedelic, technical death metal. Alright, it's proggy, it's jazzy, it's a lot of things that I don't normally listen to, but this album hits all the marks for me. This album is pretty diverse, alright? It has unique instrument choices like the saxophone being used sparingly throughout the album, so it's very rich and nice when you hear it and it's not just overused throughout the album. It has really nice synth accents in the background, plus an entire synthwave song. It's all sci-fi and epic. It sounds like something that'd be off like a Dynatron or Laserhawk album. And these dudes know when to get extremely heavy and nasty when they want to. It's badass. The vocal variety between the cleans and the distorted is fantastic, and it mixes really well with the music being presented here. This album has a lot of personality. I mean, if any of this sounds cool to you, please check it out. It's like going on a crazy, wild journey musically. It's badass. The next album I want to talk about came out very late in the year. I'm talking December 21st. It only came out a little over a week ago. But holy shit, it's amazing. I mean, if H.P. Lovecraft had a soundtrack to the stories that he wrote, it would be Sulphur Aeon. Packed with meaty production, haunting cleans, incredibly epic riffing, really nice melodic passages, and sinister atmospheres, Sulphur Aeon are back with their third full-length album, Scythe of Cosmic Chaos. Tortured, hideous, and blackened at its core, Sulphur Aeon sounds like they just hang out in the shadow of Cthulhu's temple and just nab at maddening powers from the darkest depths of the oceans. These dudes make really dark sounding atmospheres, really oceanic and epic is really a great word for it. If you're already a fan of Sulphur Aeon, definitely check out the new album. And if you're a fan of black and death metal, if you're looking for any black and death metal that doesn't sound like Behemoth, I implore you to check out Sulphur Aeon, Scythe of the Cosmic Chaos. Or you can check out their previous albums. I mean, Gateway to the Antisphere, it's incredible. Getting down to the number one spot on my list. And I put this album on my number one spot for a couple of reasons, but I'm going to tell you it's been on repeat since it's been out. And even though these guys had an album on my last year's list, they're back. Fourth full-length album, Napalm Records, Constellation of the Black Light, Wolfheart. Definitely my favorite album of the year. I don't usually have a favorite album of the year because all these albums offer different and unique aspects that I like. Hey, I like this one for this type of music. I like this one for this subgenre. But this new Wolfheart album is just 100% quality condensed down into 7 songs. You have the opening track, Everlasting Fall, which is a 10-minute epic masterpiece. It really sets the tone for the entire album. It's one of those songs that you put on and it goes by like that. You're like, dang, those 10 minutes already? After that, you have 6 more songs left and none of them let up. You also have Forged with Fire, which is an incredibly heavy song, and it has a really nice guitar solo on that. I really like that lead. Valkyrie, the album's closing track, it's not only some of the most beautiful but some of the most intense riffing I've heard Wolfheart produce to date. That song is an absolute beast of a closer. I mean, Wolfheart, they just maintain this high level of quality and quantity. I mean, these guys at most will take 2 years to put out an album. That's insane. They had an album on last year's list, and they're back, and they've made the best album of the year, in my opinion. These guys are just at the top of their game and showing no signs of slowing down. If you like really well-produced melodic death metal that doesn't sound like a Monomart, that doesn't sound generic, that has its own unique flavor, check out Wolfheart. They are super badass. Well, that pretty much wraps up my list and pretty much wraps up the year for me, for Violence Underground. I just want to say thank you to all my supporters. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I know videos are a little slow right now. Full-time student, working. I want to say that my video time will increase for me putting out videos, but I can't really promise anything. But what I can promise is that I am not growing weary of this channel. So if you guys are digging it, digging the content here, hey man, share the videos around, tell your friends, because I have this video that's done. I'm working on my next video, which is going to be like similar to my Melt video, so it's going to be all gory and crazy. And then I have 2 more videos coming out, and then I'm going to start introducing music stuff. I got my Schecter guitar. I'm so good. Check this out. Check out this riff I've been working on. Yep. So, you want to hear some more shit like that? Stay tuned, because I'm going to be putting that up, except with higher production value. So you're going to hear that with some gain and some reverb. So, yeah, Happy New Year. Hey.